YouTube if I wanted to. I got it. And I know where it is, and I got to do it.
Why did this fight get so personal so quick? It's like you guys never had any interaction. All of a sudden, you guys get in the ring and it just explodes. What caused that to be that way?
I mean, it's the fight world, man. You know what I mean? I mean, it's his reputation up against my reputation. We're both prideful fighters, you know. I can't say why something really happened, but it was like, I guess, a chemical reaction. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you put two of the best together, and he wants to prove that he can unify in two different weight divisions. And I've been waiting a whole long time to be the champion that I am today, and to finally start getting the fights that I wanted. This represents that, and I want to show how and why Keith Thurman is a little bit better than his competition. Saturday night is my platform, it's my stage to show the world who One Time really is and how great of a champion I can be.
Keith, final face-off, you look in each other's eyes, there's no more talking because Saturday it's going down. Is this any different today than the last face-offs? What's going through your mind when you look in Danny's eyes?
He looks ready, but I stay true. When I look at you, I stay true, and his eyes wander here and there. And I'm like, wonder what that means. At the end of the day, what matters is how the fight starts. And at the start of the fight, does a fighter get to carry momentum? Does momentum shift? Okay? Now, what happens when I land my first big punch? What happens when he lands his first big punch? All these things are key factors. When the big punch is landed, is there even a fight left to be fought? You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is real. Boxing is real. Boxing is not like every other sport. You can play football, you can play basketball, you can play baseball. You cannot play boxing. It's just the realest of the way that it gets, man. And I know Danny's ready. He's ready. I'm ready. He feels confident. I feel confident. I believe I got more to offer. I believe I can box my way into victory. The whole camp, because I'm a great visualizer. I visualize outcomes and possible challenges to face. I don't think Danny wins without a stoppage. I believe if it goes to the scorecards, it's going to favor Keith Thurman. Now, a lot of people say, well, you're in New York, you're from Philly. How do you feel about the judges? You got to understand, these are the judges. The definition of boxing is to hit and not get hit. People that did well against Danny never defeated him in the way that I defeated Sean Porter, which is a unanimous decision, 7 rounds here, 5 rounds here, to where it's clear. They just never really got the best of Danny Garcia. Keith One Time Thurman is coming to get the best of Danny Garcia, and I'm going to challenge him and show him why my name is One Time. There's not been one opponent that's been in the ring with me and said, oh, Keith can't hit. He can't hit. His power is overrated. Not one opponent has ever said that, We have one opponent in common, Robert Guerrero. Guerrero says, I think Thurman's power is going to be the difference in the fight. For me, I think it's going to be my power, but I think it's going to be my boxing IQ, the fact that I can change it up. I can throw a curveball. I can throw a slider. I can do what I need to do so that you are unable to do what you want to do. That's ultimately my fight style.
Keith, talk about big punches, and here's the left hook. I saw yesterday at the media workout, you were mocking it a little bit. Do you mock it because you think that's not going to land on you, or do you still have to respect it and prepare for that kind of punch that you can throw?
I mock it because it's there to be mocked, okay? That's why I mock it. Y'all mock it. Y'all talk about it. Why can't the champ talk about it, right? I got people on YouTube videos, their comments say, I'm rooting for you, champ. Watch out for that no-look hook. Throughout all camp, there's comments about watch out for that no-look hook. The funny thing is he actually throws a no-look hook. Like, there's a lot of boxing techniques that people and spectators don't know why it's an actual boxing technique, right? One of the most commonly confused boxing techniques is the shoulder roll. What is the shoulder roll? Why is the shoulder roll utilized? A lot of young kids want to do it. They want to look pretty like Floyd and stuff. But Floyd mastered it. It's a technique he mastered. He utilized it, and he knew what he was doing with it. The shoulder roll has one purpose: to take away from the right hand, okay? Because the overhand right comes at your chin, and Floyd leans back, which raises the shoulder above your chin, okay? And he rolls with it, and then he pops a counter that's an arm punch, but as long as he lands a right hand, it's going to be scored by the judges as a power blow. Any blow that is not a jab is a power blow, okay? So he can roll with it, he can throw the uppercut if you start to smother. If there's distance, he can pop you like this, all right? And I started to understand the technique, and I told people when he fought Robert Guerrero, who's a southpaw, he will not do the shoulder roll. I'll put money on it. There's no reason to utilize that technique. He's going to box with both hands up. Reason being is because now you're facing a southpaw. That right hand is not a right hand no more. That right hand is a jab. It doesn't hold the same weight. It is not threatening. There's no need for the shoulder roll technique. You can go back and most likely you'll never see the shoulder roll, or you'll be able to count it on one hand because it's not a necessary technique against southpaws, okay? So the no-look hook, the thing is, you feel like, all right, he's not looking, but that's because he doesn't need to look. Why does he not need to look? Because one thing that Danny likes to do outside of just trade, it's the way he trades. He will let his opponents attack first, he attacks second. When Amir Khan got caught by that left hook, he landed a right hand, but his power is not the same as Danny's. Thus, it did not knock Danny off balance, okay? And Danny being so flat-footed, some talk about that sixth toe, who really knows, okay? But he's very well grounded, okay? When he's well grounded and he knows that you're now going to put hands on him, the theory is if you can touch me, I should be able to touch you. Another thing is, fighters know I don't have to look at your face. I can look at your chest, I can look at your feet, and I'll understand the distance of which we are fighting at, how close you are to me. So the no-look hook is actually a technique of tucking the chin as far as he can down and committing to the trade, okay? So, and he actually will do it from both sides. Now, I mean, that's where it becomes a very sneaky move. Maybe a veteran taught it to him. Maybe his father taught it to him. Maybe it's just something he got accustomed to and he's attached to, just like how fighters have favorite techniques, favorite punches, yada, yada, yada. It doesn't matter, man. I've been telling myself in preparation for it, well, if he looks down, I'm getting the fuck out of the way, okay? If this motherfucker, if he looks down, I'll just get the fuck out of the way, you know? But, I mean, this is boxing, man. I look forward to this fight. I requested this fight. I talked about long time ago getting a title and then getting more than one title. That's what I've wanted. I've told you this many times, that I want as many titles as I can get because I want to prove that I am the best. You either are the best or you are not the best. But it's fights like this Saturday night where you get to test yourself, challenge yourself, and find out.
You know, he's known for his timing. I guess it makes up for other deficiencies in other areas. What happens early on in the fight, if he does maybe time you with something, you don't go down, but he taps your jaw. Are you prepared to make adjustments later in the fight if you do find he is timing you?
I mean, look, I tell amateurs that, you know, if it happens twice, you need to make an adjustment by the third time. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason why someone should constantly be hitting you with the same punch. He's hitting you. You know he's hitting you. He done hit you again. Motherfucker hit you again. And now he hits you again. And I'm pretty sure he's going to hit you again. So, for example, I commentated Danny's last two fights, right? Guerrero opened up looking very good in the opening 5 rounds. Late as the fight went on, Guerrero started to slow down. And I don't know if that made it easier for Danny to time him. But at the end of the day, Guerrero kept walking in. He started to get timed. He never made an adjustment once when Danny was now starting to have things his way. There wasn't a readjustment. He fought like a fighter who fights with a lot of heart. He walked through it. He endured. He walked through it. But at the end of the day, that's why, even though it was a competitive fight, he lost the fight. Danny Garcia landed too many effective power blows throughout the fight, preferably after the 5th round, 6th all the way to the 12th. And there might have been at least 1 to 2 rounds that Danny already won within those opening 5 rounds. When he fought his warm-up opponent, I commentated that. I stated the guy got hit with overhand right, was knocked down. Later on in the fight, round by round, Danny was very, very, not really cautious, more patient. He's very patient. He knew this guy's gonna go, so he's not gonna force it. The guy's moving this, he's moving that. You know, I'm gonna take my time, and I'm gonna hit him when I hit him. You know, this guy's not a threat to me, I'm a threat to him, so Danny was patient. But the guy was a little slick from times, getting away from Danny, but that overhand right kept popping up. The overhand right kept popping up, and I commented like, hey man, it'd be nice if you put your left hand up now. You know, you've been hit with enough overhand rights that it's time to make that adjustment, you know? So, I mean, I believe I'm a world-class fighter for a reason, you know? And I'm gonna show it Saturday night. And, you know, can Danny hit me? Can Danny hurt me? Can Danny stop me? He is a power puncher. We will be fighting with 8-ounce gloves. Boxing is real. Anything can happen in that ring. He's not a chump. I'm not no chump, you know? But what he proposes as a threat, I propose it as well. And I see myself as the better boxer. So I look forward to showing that. And I look forward to putting on another great performance, just like I did against Sean Porter.
Keith, do you think the key is to keep him off
Can you
balance?
talk about your confidence in going into this fight against Danny versus the confidence you had going into the Porter fight? Is it the same? Is it different? Is it the same for every fight? Are you